Good day, ladies and gentlemen, your gun doctor here. Today we're going to talk about another hidden stat that I have not known about, even though it's in the Warzone since the very beginning, and that is the M4 9mm rounds actually give you minus 48% hipfire spread. So the SMG rounds that you can put on the M4 make your hipfire spread better as much as the 5mW laser does. And as you can see in the background behind me, that is absolutely insane. Usually ARs are absolutely trash hipfire wise. I mean, an SMG has a standard hipfire spread of 5.5k square pixels to 7.5k square pixels, and an AR has 15k square pixels of hipfire spread. But now you can reduce that by 50% with a 5mW laser and by another 50% with the standard rounds here, and have an absolute hipfire beaming machine that you can then fly around the battlefield with, and on top of that actually zoom into and have a very good up to 20-meter range beamer going on. Let me present you the M4A1 hipfire 9mm monster beast that will bring so much joy to the Warzone for you. You'll love this. On the right side, you can see the standard M4 hipfire spread. Now, this is just with 9mm rounds on, nothing else, just the 9mm rounds. Already notice a significant difference in these two? It's the exact same gun, just 9mm rounds, which are supposedly giving you fire rate control, recon control, minus damage, and minus damage range. We'll talk about that in the stat page. But you're getting minus 50% hipfire spread, and that's just the start of it. There are way more attachments helping you. Let's look at the 9mm rounds and what they do for you. So you get a 32 round mag, but you still use AR ammunition. You get a bonus fire rate of plus 23%. Your hipfire area, even though it doesn't say it, gets minus 48%, and you reduce the bullet velocity by 20, which is okay because we're using this as a hipfire gun, so the bullet velocity doesn't play that big of a role. On top of that, the M4 usually does 42, 28, 28, 28. When you put on the 9mm rounds, you go 2 damage less on the head and 3 damage less on chest, tummy, and on extremities, 6 less. So you're going to be aiming for chest, tummy, head, obviously. The very good thing is, due to the high fire rate you're getting, the gun naturally wants to pull up. So if you're shooting someone in the chest, and even if you're holding it centered at the chest with your hipfire spray control, you'll easily be able to go between chest and head in a smooth motion without the gun flying out of your hands. Obviously, we want to improve the hipfire even more. There are a couple of things we can do here. 5mW laser, obviously an insane improvement. I have been playing the no stock. Little do you know, guys, but the no stock does improve your hipfire spread also by minus 17%. Yes, it does give you recoil control minus, but on top of that, it also gives you insane movement speed and aim down sight speed in case you need to aim down sight to clap someone. Then here on top, you will be surprised, but the muzzle brake does an absolutely crazy work for this gun. Yes, muzzle brake is more or less a must on this. This is the full hipfire spread with a monolithic suppressor on the right side, and while I'm holding the recoil. Now I've put on the muzzle brake just to show you the huge difference it actually makes to have the muzzle brake, because a lot of people never believe that the muzzle brake is such a significant factor on guns. But as you can see here, it's tremendously making one. You see this spread here from left to right and how centered this one is, and in general how much more of a consensus we're having here. It's just doing an absolute great job to have the hipfire spread with the muzzle brake, to then be able to just have everything here way more centered straight off the rib. Yes, the monolithic does a good job too, and we would argue that this does not make much of a difference, but as you can see here, the cluster, everything being more middled, definitely the muzzle brake is helping here a lot. And on top of that, and this does not put into equation here, when you're aiming down sight, you have idle sway. But actually with a muzzle brake, you have recoil stabilization, and that takes care of visual recoil and idle sway. So you can shoot the gun in case you have to aim down sight on a target standing a little bit further away, 1,000 times easier than with the monolithic suppressor. Then the last attachment would be the Merc foregrip, which is the most useless one technically. It gives us some recoil control, which we don't need because the gun is very easy to control, and it gives another minus 17% on hipfire. Now we could argue with this 17% we could not use. I've been playing the Merc foregrip in this video because I've been mostly playing solos and duos. I've also tried this in trios and it works tremendously. But as soon as sleight of hand works again, because a lot of the Modern Warfare perks are currently bugged, I would technically argue to put the Merc foregrip off and to actually put a sleight of hand on, because it just does feel better to be able to reload super quick on this gun. Pretty much going down to 1.4 seconds reload time, which is click, click, bang, super awesome. And you're down to 210 milliseconds ADS time, faster than anyone, with an absolute insane movement speed. Then on top, being able to just zoom, beam, clap, destroy. We're pairing this together with the M16 Field Agent 45 round Axial 3-arm strike team and agency silencer. Now, I've been having a lot of people tell me, Pony, what about the Titanium? I've seen Huskers play the Titanium. The thing is, guys, the Titanium does not give you bullet velocity, but it gives you a higher fire rate than the strike team. That being said, the center bullet velocity with the agency silencer of the M16 is actually okay-ish. And now I have a question for you. Yes, Huskers is playing like this, but how many plus 100-meter fights does Huskers have? Ask that yourself when you watch videos of him or other players that actually do play the Titanium still. They're very aggressive players and they only fight in the mid-range. So they actually rarely engage super long-range combats. They take a helicopter, a car, or whatsoever, fly on their opponents and fight them in the 50-meter and below range, 60, 70 tops. And that's where the Titanium can still work. Where when you're then going over it, you know, where the M16 beamers that I do, others do, 100-meter plus, where you're just mounting or just standing there and shooting people on Narnia and just still killing them with the M16 because the gun is absolutely overpowered. That's where you're using the strike team barrel. So for the average Jimmie player like me and you, it's definitely the strike team barrel. If you're a super aggressive player that fights only mid-ranges, that's really the car pushing, going close, 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 close. Titanium barrel is actually the vibe and does actually work out. So there is a reason to use this, especially also on Rebirth Island. I would definitely use the Titanium over the strike team because the fire rate definitely helps you more than the bonus bullet velocity there. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about the M4A1 9mm Hipfire Madness Monster Beast? There's a whole gameplay following together with my buddy 7box, who's been making it very interesting towards the end. We're definitely leading. We're having an easy game. We're going to play this completely, no problems, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then suddenly he does these things in the end game and kills himself. Definitely in the description below, you're going to have all the timestamps to know where the interesting points are. But what do you think so far? Are you convinced the 9mm rounds giving you minus 50% hipfire spread, one of the only ARs that is so consecutively amazing in hipfire? Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this gun. I wish you great fun with this. Don't forget to subscribe to find your way back. Yes, it's also on Warzone loadouts.gg. The link is fixed in the description below. Just leave the https -- away. Just type into your browser Warzone loadouts.gg. That's it. You're going to straight up get redirected. That's where all the loadouts are. You can share them, copy them, give them to your friends, and have them enjoy the amazing builds that we have over there. Have fun with the gameplay, and see you soon in Verdansk. One down, second one is here.
Don't get paid.
Right, that's actually on the roof. One down. Last guy's tied. Nice. Good
Sorry.
stuff.
Could have been faster. Could have been faster.
Red chest. Like the money.
I thought they were on the roof, but they were just like one little ledge higher than us. What a dirty, filthy finisher, chat. What do you say, name? You say pony like a pony and Hoff like the Hasselhoff. Boop. See, this is the hipfire, guys.
Oh my god, man.
I'm just showing people the hipfire.
You made me shit myself.
Poop. Poop. Let's go Bone Zone, right? Do you think they'll add a new map in the new season? I have a whole YouTube, whole TikTok on that, Rhea, where I pretty much say that I would like I would drag my dick through 1 kilometer of glass because I'm so iron on there not being a new map. Sounds like a weird fetish, but it is what it is. Left, up here outside of the helipad.
Tied.
Both.
Digga, ich war gestunt.
Oh, I found headshots, man.
Got him.
There we go.
Digga, ich war gestunt. That's what he said. That's the German D word. That sounds like the N word, right?
I didn't really hear it, but I will just agree with you.
I think the word is so stupid. Yeah, here.
Heading this way. Heads up. Enemy's been here.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Get him coupled. It's definitely 2.
Cool.
He went right side around the building. I think they popped the UAV.
Probably.
Hit me good. Coming
Don't
with.
try me with your stopping power coming out of me.
Here.
Running backside. Down.
No plate.
Got a loadout drop
fuck it.
inbound.
Friendly recon's online.
UAV entering the AO.
One guy on the train.
Gas is inbound.
Just pulled loadout lower.
Yeah, I just need to go. I just want to kill the guy on the train.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for
There's one to the right still here, driving.
I need to push loadout. I need my sniper. There's 3 loadouts. Good shots. Jumped.
I was just lucky that I had the right elevation there. Where are they going?
Do not know.
I think I saw him downstairs.
AO.
I think trainers.
That's just so much fun to play in. I just love hipfire weapons. How do you beat a slow ADS weapons? Just don't ADS.
Heli bullying.
Movement.
One next to us. Box. One hit here. Thank you. I had him like I whipped my gun out.
I saw someone, but I didn't say
Yeah, I heard his stabs 200 milliseconds ADS time, and I almost had him.
close strike.
Whew. That was clutch.
Did you get his closest strike or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I guess that pretty much translates to only that ours rhymes and is cooler.
Yeah, we don't really have any cool words for stuff. We're a boring country.
Hey, you're Sweden. You're never boring.
Yeah, we are. We've never won a World Cup.
We never won a World War. What?
Well, I mean, we never participated in one either, so we haven't won a World Cup or a World War.
I think you involuntary participated when Germany sent their boats in World War I up to Sweden. I mean, everyone had some killer boats in World War I. It's actually a really interesting part about World War I, the engineering warfare.
The engineering from both wars is insane. Very immense. Very cool.
I mean, it's sad, but it's also very interesting. Like I have done like a lot of studies on that in my school time in history lessons.
Because of what happened, but think about this: we would never be where we are, engineering-wise, and we wouldn't have computers.
Hey, we definitely went down in the boats though, like building some huge ass super boats.
Oh, yeah.
Unnecessary.
Very unnecessary, but very cool.
Very cool. I mean, the Chinese or the Japanese had a boat that would tip over because it had too much boom.
Too much boom.
Imagine building a boat that has so much boom that it tips over when both cannons shoot in the same direction.
Rip the dream of foresight. Yay.
Tractor.
How did I not get the right gun? He's on the corner.
Deploying tear gas.
Enemy cluster
He clustered.
incoming. Take cover.
I'm burning him. Go further.
Running around. Nice.
I'm still letting that run out. Yeah, I'm still letting that run out.
That's fine.
It was very kind of you getting yourself killed so I could show off the M4 even more.
Hey, man. Everything for YouTube. They're running down left.
Target right here.
What? He expected me to peek that? Bullshit.
Inbound. Marking you.
Got him.
Target right here.
Deploying tear gas.
Your gas?
My gas.
Cool.
He's on the train or behind the train or something.
Wait, who?
There's one more. There were 2 guys. I killed one.
Killed one. I killed one, you killed one. Right.
Where did the shots then come from?
Behind.
Here, back here.
It's in the safe zone. Mark the target. Mark the target.
Cracked him.
They're on tunnel, I can see. Tunnel angle. Yeah, it's just them left.
He's gonna...
He did himself. He's not selfing. Nice.
two guys.
Yeah, he's that GG for me.
Well played.
You know, die like every day.
That was a good game.
Yeah.
That was a good game. That was a good game. That has super fun. I am absolutely surprised. Trampet, thank you for the 4 months of support. Trampet, so good to see you there. Shelter, thank you for the 17 months. Let's fucking go, brother, from another mother. Let's go.